Hi, I'm your host, Zachary Finn. I'm here with Golding.
I am William Golding.
I was getting to that. This is
Whatever. Go.
This is Golding. He's the author of this great book. Yes.
I mean, obviously because my name's on it, so don't know why you had to say that,
Yeah,
but
I don't like your attitude.
whatever. Okay, I'm like,
Let's get down to the questions. Okay. What inspired you to write this novel?
well, there was this one time, a summer day, I was drinking a cup of tea with my mom,
Yeah.
and I just got this inspiration that why not write something that no one in history has ever seen?
Yeah.
Why not write something that, well, maybe would even scare some people to read? And man, once I got to thinking and I started writing, the words started flowing,
Yeah.
and bang, you got Lord of the Flies.
The final product, people. Second question. That's
Go on.
second question. Are any of your characters based off actual people?
Well, I guess some traits could be based off other people, but no, I'd like to say that all my characters were original because of the way they looked and the way they acted.
Yeah.
Things they said, well, it was really different, and pretty sure there's no one like them.
Okay. What inspired you to use the setting you did?
Well, you look back to other books in history, and I was thinking, well, an island that's deserted with all these kids, oh, that really makes the stakes a little bit higher. That makes it a little bit more interesting, and it makes the words jump off the page because people want to read about kids on a deserted island. I mean, who wouldn't? I wouldn't want to be there because, well, I'm William Golding,
Yeah.
but the setting there, yes, I had to choose something extravagant and something crazy.
Do you have a favorite character?
Okay, what kind of question is that? Honestly, aren't you professional at this?
This is my show. Okay, I ask the questions, you answer them. That's what you do.
Whatever. Okay, well, my favorite character, you know, I'm not going to tell you what happens at the end with him, but my favorite character would probably have to be Piggy. I mean, everyone was mean to him. Everyone was talking behind his back. No one even liked him. They stole his glasses. They used it against him. But I wanted the readers to feel for him. I wanted you guys to come to like him even when no one else did. Piggy was one of my favorite characters because he had a soft heart and he was one of the only guys with his head still screwed on straight.
Could you relate to this character, Piggy?
Well, when I was younger in school, I was often picked on. I mean, this mustache started growing when I was 4, so that was a little bit weird. Walking into first grade with this on my face, obviously, yeah, it did not make for the best conversation. But there were many times in my life where I felt alone, and I felt like people didn't like me. But then once I wrote this book, it's kind of crazy that once you get successful...
Lord of the Flies, people. This
what
book.
did you just say right now?
Okay, I'm just gonna set this down right here. You say something like that again?
Okay, that's there. You know, back in my day, that's how I was disciplined.
What is this?
So you need to stop. This will go against your
Why are
skin.
you disrespecting me
What's
on my
the
show?
next
I don't
question?
appreciate...
Next question. Gosh.
Why didn't anyone want to publish your book?
Well, there were
You know what?
many...
You don't even have to answer that question, okay? I don't like your attitude. I feel that your attitude is the main reason why people didn't want to publish it. I'm sure people thought Lord of the Flies was a great book, okay, but your attitude just kind of ruined it for them. Every time I read this book... How has this book positively impacted your life?
Just
I got
like...
friends. And we're back with Golding.
Hi, Zach here.
I'm William Golding, and I wrote Lord of the Flies, if you guys had forgotten, which you didn't, but I'm William Golding.
back with William Golding, author of Lord of the Flies. So back with the interview.
Yeah, go on.
What are some characterization traits that some of the characters could have?
Well, there's tons and tons of characterization in this book because I'm a phenomenal writer. But besides the point, one of the main characterization points I tried to make was, well, being a round character. See, in the beginning, Jack wasn't the nicest person at first. There were things that, separated him from the pack as far as being mean sometimes, but he wasn't crazy. He was still just a normal person, and he really wasn't trying to do anything weird at all. But then as the book progresses, and as he wants more power, and as more things get taken away from him, like food and clothing, as they've been there on the island longer and longer, and they're getting more tired and crazy and savage, Jack starts to change a lot. All Jack wants is power towards the end. He becomes power frenzy. He wants it all the time, and that's the only thing he needs. But that's what separates him, because he turns into a psychopath. He doesn't know what to do without the power, and as the book progresses on, he's two completely different people, making him a round character.
What is the neutral character in the story?
Neutral character. I would probably have to say Ralph. Ralph was from the beginning with Jack, trying to be powerful, trying to get things organized, but Ralph was never mean like Jack was. Ralph basically stayed the same until the end of the book. He stayed just like he was, making him neutral, because not much difference occurred between when they got on the island and when the end occurred. So Ralph would be a neutral character because, well, he was Ralph 100% of the time.
A lot of questions have come from this book as far as who the hero is. Some people think it's Piggy, others Ralph. Could you please explain to us who the real protagonist is?
Well, to answer that question, I could say that all of us have different answers. The protagonist could be different for anyone who reads this. But I would actually like to say that Piggy was probably more of the protagonist. Because all throughout the book, the only thing he was trying to do is create peace. That's all he ever wanted. And as other people were getting crazier and more savage, things started to change. But he was still trying to find the best situation and the best outcome of the book. Even though maybe he didn't end in the best outcome, he was trying his best up until then. And so that makes him the protagonist because, well, I guess he was trying to help the cause more than anyone else in the book.
Okay. Another common theme throughout this book is corruption and how it changed the boys over time.
Yes, go on.
And how it changed the boys over time. Could you please talk about that a little bit?
Oh, corruption. Isn't that, say it with me. Corruption.
Yes, corruption.
One more time. Corruption.
Corruption.
You're not, whatever.
I know the word.
Corruption. See, well, corruption completely changed the book. Because you might be thinking that these kids on an island at first, well, that's okay, because they'll just find some food and they'll live on. But the society got more and more corrupt. It got crazy. Things started going wrong that no reader saw from the beginning. Things that, well, might have even been illegal. Were they illegal? Maybe.
Illegal.
Oh, they were illegal? Alright. Sorry, I don't know. But corruption, it completely changed everything that happened in the book. Because it took nice people and turned them into animals. And it took the setting around them and made it more of like a battleground instead of just an island with no one there. And so corruption completely changed the setting, the way people acted, and everything around them because it was not the same place that it was when they first got there. It was some kind of peaceful island which turned into a very corrupt place to be.
Okay. Some things we talked about, corruption being one of them. Something that can branch off of it is how some people believe evil is inborn. And that meaning that people are born with evil and it doesn't just come out of nowhere. And that maybe sometimes it takes something to maybe spark this evil inside them. Could you explain that?
So, if I heard you correctly, the question was, is evil already inside of us when we're born?
Yes.
To answer that question, I'd say all of us can be evil with certain circumstances and situations. See, this was really testing the reader's knowledge and expanding their mind to new things. See, I just want to do an example real quick. This was their brain before they had read this book.
Yes.
And like, if you multiply this by 10, that was their brain. Yeah, just keep adding and then boom. That was their brain after they read this book. And I just wanted to show them that, see, well, this book tested people. This book made them feel uncomfortable. And see, evil is inside all of us. When it comes down to surviving and finding food and being with people that you really don't like for a really long time, people get crazy. And when you add power to the craziness, well, that's a recipe for destruction. Because not only is evil within us, evil is in the world. And see, when our evil goes against the evil in the world, things get crazy. And we didn't have to be taught how to be evil because we already know. We already know how to be evil. And it just takes the right kind of people, the right kind of situation, and enough gore and blood to turn us all into fiends.
So are you saying that someone with the purest of personalities can be corrupted by evil?
Yes. If you heard my spiel about 10 seconds ago, you could have answered that question.
Well,
but
I wasn't really listening to it because it took you about 5 minutes to talk about it.
Okay, I'm trying here. My patience is being tested. What was the question again?
I invited you onto the show. Okay.
For what?
I wanted to talk about the book. I thought we were going to talk about the book.
You know, take this book, put it down there. But that's okay. So I always carry one of these books in my pocket.
Cut!
Hey, just throw this away. Just throw it away.
Xavier.
Slow-mo.
Wait.
Wait, go back to the video.